but I love the grunt on this one. Wow. Hi guys, welcome to my first ride review of the SRV 300 from QJ Motors. Now you might have already seen my Keyway Benda V302C review. This is more or less the same bike, but there are some significant differences. So if you allow me, I shall point out to them and highlight them for you before I give you my ride impression. So first up is the wheelbase. The wheelbase of the QJ model is 1400 mm, whereas that of the Keyway is 1420 mm. So that's kind of surprising when you look at them. You look almost identical. The silhouette, the design elements, everything looks the same, but when you look closely, there are indeed some differences. Also, the length, width, and height. So this one is the QJ motor is 2110 mm. Whereas this one is 10 mm longer, and the Keyway is 10 mm longer, and then you have the QJ motor width being 850 mm, that of the Keyway being 836 mm. So the QJ motor model is wider, and then the height, the overall height, not the seat height, the overall height is 1100 mm for the QJ model and 1050 mm. So again, the QJ is taller when it comes to overall height. So the wheelbase is where the Keyway has a longer wheelbase, 20 mm longer wheelbase when compared to the 1400 mm wheelbase of the QJ motor. Ground clearance is 160 mm. I think that is almost the same. 2 mm shorter is the Keyway. So the QJ has better ground clearance at 160 mm. Keyway has 158 mm ground clearance. Tank capacity is 15 liters for the Keyway and 13.5 liters for the QJ. That's interesting as well. So there are so many differences when you look closely. Again, seat height is 700 mm, and the Keyway is actually shorter by 10 mm at 690 mm, whereas the QJ motor gets a seat height of 700 mm. Again, tank capacity, just to double assure you, the Keyway gets 15 liter tank, whereas the QJ gets a smaller 13.5 liter tank. And what else? The seat height, as I told you, is 690 for the Keyway and 700 for the QJ motor. And the tires are 120 by 80, 16 front. And let's see the QJ. The QJ also gets 120 by 80. So the tire dimensions are same, front and rear, 16-inch front, 15-inch rear, 120 by 80 front and 150 by 80 rear. So the tires are identical. Then you get, looking at the brakes, you have 280 mm single disc up front and 240 mm rear disc for the QJ, and this one gets a 300 mm front disc. So that's again better braking for the Keyway, that I could feel while accelerating and decelerating, but 240 mm rear disc is the same for both the motorcycles. USD forks for the QJ motor, and yeah, same USD forks for the Keyway motorcycle as well. Preload adjustable dual shocks at the back. Yeah, same to your dual shock absorber setup for the QJ motorcycle as well. Short stubby exhaust, and the exhaust note is absolutely amazing. You're gonna go crazy. And yeah, the tail lamp is a little different. The Keyway, I like the Keyway tail lamp more. It has the rounded element, goes well with the overall design, whereas the QJ motor tail lamp resembles that of the Indian motorcycles a little bit. So it doesn't go well. It looks good. It looks cohesive. Somehow prefer the rounded tail lamp of the Keyway. So this concludes the differences. The ex-showroom price for the QJ motor is QJ motor model. The SRV 300 is 3,49,000, and for the Keyway model, it is 3,89,000. Oh my god. So there's a difference of nearly 40 grand here, which actually says something. So the power and the displacement. So displacement is 298cc for the Keyway, 296cc for the QJ motor model SRV 300. So all these things you gotta note, man. And the power is 30.3 bhp for the QJ motor model, whereas it is 29.5 bhp for the Keyway model. So the QJ motor model is nearly 1 horsepower more power, and torque is 26.5 newton meters for the Keyway model, and the torque here is again 26 newton meters. So that is kind of interesting, and that is something you need to note. Overall, as I told you, the design looks good. Both of these motorcycles looks absolutely stunning, very well built, and the fatter tires. It has a unique road presence. When you ride it, people just fall in love with it. So this is the overview of the QJ SRV 300, along with the comparison that I've given you with the same design concept from the Keyway, which is the V302C. I have already reviewed it. You can watch my top speed ride review of that model as well. So once again, highlighting the power figures: V-twin liquid cooled engine, SOHC single overhead camshaft, 4-stroke 8-valve engine, 296cc, and 30.3 bhp at 9,000 rpm is the max power, and 26 newton meters at 5,000 rpm is the max torque. So now that I've given you the overview, let's go ahead with the ride review. And this is a night ride, so you're going to enjoy the view. Backlit switches look awesome. I just love the styling of this. It looks super beautiful. And for those who aren't aware, QJ Motors are the ones Harley have recently partnered with to build a 350cc cruiser, the affordable cruiser. But I love the grunt on this one. I can feel that, and I love this road. It's perfectly lit up at night. Wow, torque in abundance. That's what you come looking for in a cruiser or a bobber. It's very compact as well, helping you to flick around, you know, drawing design inspiration from the Benda bobber that I had reviewed. If you haven't seen that Keyway Benda motorcycle, please do watch that video. I love that video. I mean, that top end power delivery, the torque and the performance is incredible. And this one is no less. Very refined, very torquey. Oh ho, wow, nice relaxed seating posture, USD forks, fat tires front and rear. Trying to capture cinematics of this as well while doing the motovlog. Nice breezy pleasant evening here in Hyderabad. People are riding back home after a hectic day's work, but I am here to enjoy the riding dynamics of this beautiful bobber, and I love my job, riding the coolest bikes and the hottest cars. Thanks for all the support for making my dream come true, and the dream will continue. As you can see, the bike just glides easily, effortlessly. Beautiful view on top of the bridge. There's the T-Hub where I gave my speech. If you haven't seen it, you can watch it on YouTube as well as Instagram. Great privilege and an honor and the night comes alive here in the city of pearls. So does this motorcycle. Looks absolutely stunning, rides even better. Backlit switches add on to the visual appeal. It's like adding mood lighting, ambient lighting for cars. This backlit switches for bikes are amazing. So for now, I'll continue to enjoy the ride. The seating posture again like typically that of a cruiser. Forward set foot pegs, laid back relaxed posture, but the street control handlebar allows you to flick the bike around with consummate ease. Right, short stubby exhaust has a rumble to it. Feels like the thunder rolling. And looks absolutely spectacular. Sounds amazing as well. We're gonna ride all the way through Durgam Bridge. Maybe we are. The QJ Motors are bringing on the onslaught. Number of motors, number of motorcycle models. The SRK 400 was super impressive. The parallel twin sports, naked sports, street fighter, explosive power delivery, and great features and equipment to come across as a good value proposition. This is again offering different segments. You have a bobber, you have a street fighter, you have fully fed model. Even the 400RR is going to see the light of the day sooner or later. We've seen it already at the Auto Expo. If you haven't seen that video, please do watch it. The walk around first look impression of the 400RR. It looks absolutely stunning. So does the Durgam Cheru Bridge. When it's lit up, it looks spectacular. Cable Bridge, one of the attractions of the city, latest attractions. There's the Thumper, the age-old Thumper, Royal Enfield. This one is the modern Thumper. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Sounds amazing. The rumblers are kind of getting onto you sometimes, but that's pretty much it. This is the first ride impression. This thing is impressive, torquey. Oh my god, beautiful power delivery, great control, great poise and handling. The fatter tires really do stick, and the retro bobber really gives you a handful to enjoy every ride each time you swing your leg over this motorcycle. And at the night, the color scheme looks absolutely lit.